Good morning, Heber Valley. Welcome to the show today. It is June the 4th, 2014. Time is 9:02 a.m. My name is Mike Hewlett. This is Mornings with Mike. Our show is brought to you by Hewlett Life and Health Insurance. Unbeatable prices, service, and expertise. You will not find a better deal. The current temperature outside is a balmy 46 degrees. It's actually beautiful out there right now, so get out there and enjoy it. It's going to be a very nice but very warm day today. It's going to be 82 degrees for the high. The trend is going to continue throughout the rest of the week, it looks like. It's going to stay pretty steady right there in the low 80s. Friday will be a high of 83. Sunday will also be 83, but mostly it's going to stay right there in the 81, 82, 83 levels. So looks like we're finally into the thick of spring, and it's just such a beautiful time of year here in the Heber Valley. The mountains are still snow-capped. All the leaves are green. You look up on the side hill, and it's just absolutely beautiful. A beautiful time to be out in the great outdoors, and we are just so blessed to live in this incredible and beautiful valley. Got a very exciting show for you today. I'm really excited about it. We have Stacey Conklin is going to be on the show with us today. She is a professional shopper and all-around couponing guru, and she is going to come on and just kind of tell us about how we can save money on our grocery shopping. I think there's a lot of money that we leave out on the table there, and she's going to help us kind of figure that out and how to do it easily without going through and clipping coupons and being all crazy about it. So really excited to have her on. She'll be on at about 9:30, so make sure you stay tuned for that. That's going to be a good time. I think we're going to learn a lot. It's going to be a very beneficial show. Couple of events coming up here in the next few days. High school rodeo finals actually start today, so that'll be running Wednesday through Saturday, and we have some local kids in that. Sadie Fitzgerald and Carson Bothorpe. I don't know if we have more than that, but at least we're being well represented there. So get out there and cheer on our high school rodeoers and have a good time there. We looks like the Dirty Dash is coming up on June 7th, so Saturday they'll be doing that Dirty Dash. I guess they set up a course and they run around the mountains and get all muddy, and I personally, I think that the fitness craze is fantastic. I'm so impressed and jealous of people's dedication to being fit. It's incredible how much work and time that so many of our residents are putting into being healthy, and I don't quite understand doing it through the mud and stuff like that, but I think some people really enjoy it. So I don't know, but I've never participated, so I can't. I shouldn't knock it, I guess, until I try it. It seems a little different to me, but that's fine. Everybody has their own little things that they enjoy doing. I personally have such a difficult time running if I'm not chasing something. I need to be chasing a basketball or a soccer ball or a football or some kind of something that or a golf ball, especially. That's the best kind of thing to chase. But yeah, I need something to go after if I'm gonna exercise, which is not good for me. I I need to be better self-motivated, but yeah, I'm so impressed though with how many of our local residents are constantly out there on their bikes. They're out running. They're being active and staying fit and staying healthy, and when I was probably, I guess, in elementary school, um, you started, they had this presidential physical fitness thing that they started doing, and you won a medal, and it went, and you won, like, you got like a certificate when you participated in things, and they had obviously started to kind of recognize that there were problems, that there were issues, that um, people weren't as fit as they would like them to be. And um, turn on my microphone a little bit. I can't hear myself. Hopefully you heard all of that. Been talking for 5 minutes. Anyway, so obviously they started to recognize a problem, and they started trying to have programs to encourage us to be healthier and everything. Um, but then this sort of epidemic hit our country of, or at least it seemed like it was a really, really, really big deal, of bulimia and problems of that nature, where people were so obsessed with their physical appearance that they were doing all kinds of extremely unhealthy things to achieve uh, the body image that they were looking for. And we as a society sort of, we recognize that as a huge problem. I mean, people were literally dying by kind of starving themselves to death, and I'm sure it still goes on today, but they don't even recognize that, they see themselves in the mirror and they're 75 pounds and they still think they're fat. So our society recognized that was a huge problem, and a major push to get people to stop worrying so much about their appearance became, it came into our lives. I mean, they really pushed hard to say, you're fine the way you are. We need to stop getting thin models to be on magazine covers, and we need to stop pushing these impossible body images, and we need to stop encouraging people to be fit. And I mean, there were some wonderful points about that. I mean, obviously, we don't ever want somebody to feel so bad about themselves because of the way they look, that they resort to extreme measures and get severe depression and sometimes become suicidal and everything. That's horrible, and we never want that to happen. But we pushed so hard to get people to stop worrying about how they looked, and in combination with, obviously, horrible food. I mean, the content of the food that we eat, that is so readily available, and the most inexpensive food, the most affordable food, is just horrific in its unhealthiness. I mean, it's really depressing to go to fast food, and now they have all the calorie content, the fat content, and all those different things posted, and you read those, and you just, I mean, it's almost enough, almost, qualify that, almost enough to turn you away. Me personally, I mean, I look at those numbers and I think, okay, I don't care how hungry I am, I'm getting the small thing over there, and I'm not getting the extra that, and I'm not getting the extra that, because that's just going to add to it, and I can, I mean, but it adds up so incredibly fast. I mean, you get a regular hamburger at any of the fast food places, or really kind of, I'm sure just about anywhere, you get to eat a hamburger and it's like 500-600 calories, you know, 60 grams of fat or whatever, and you know, our our bodies just aren't meant to take in so much kind of just crap. Anyway, so you know, there were just obviously, and then our lives became so much more sedentary. We've developed so many things that are automated now, so many things that we don't have to physically do anymore. It's so much easier for us to all get from place to place on wheels by some kind of powered process, and we sit at our computers all day and we don't get out and exercise and do things like that. And so now, of course, not only here in the United States but across the world, obesity is a pandemic. I mean, it is 30% of the world's population now is considered obese. That's a little bit bigger problem than a handful of people with anorexia or bulimia. Not to downplay the seriousness of those illnesses, but I think that we are starting finally to shift back to being healthy again, and it's going to be really difficult for us all to say no to the terrible food that we eat, to reduce our portion sizes, make sure that we're making healthy choices. We're eating fruit and vegetables instead of hamburgers and French fries. But we've got a long way ahead of us. It's a long road that we're going to have to take to get back to being healthy. So I really applaud those in the Valley that are making a concerted effort to be healthy. And my main point here is it's not about body image, and we've got to stop making it about body image. We've got to stop saying to the 10-year-old that's 150 pounds that they're beautiful the way they are, because they are beautiful the way they are beautiful, but they're gonna die. They're gonna get diabetes when they're 25. They're gonna have a miserable life. Everything is gonna be a challenge, and they're gonna be dealing with significant health issues their entire lives, because it's not healthy. It's not a matter of being obsessed with the way they look. It's got to be about the health of it. It's got to be about taking care of your body and being responsible, because none of us want to lose a leg to diabetes or lose our lives to diabetes. None of us want to have to take insulin shots for the rest of our lives. None of us want to die of some kind of embolism when we're 30 years old. A dear friend of mine a couple of years ago lost his life at I believe he was 27 or 28 years old, and his life was cut incredibly short due to a pulmonary embolism, and not many people probably understand that being significantly overweight greatly increases your body's tendency to create clots. Your blood clots a lot easier when you're overweight, and it was just absolutely the worst thing I can imagine for a young family to go through, and it was so unnecessary. Now, there could have been other factors involved, and in situations like that, you just don't know exactly why things happen like that. But it's got to stop being about body image, and it's got to be about just being healthy. And it's hard. I mean, I'm terrible at it. I eat fast food. I drink soda. I do really bad things for my body, and now it's finally catching up to me. I was lucky enough, my genetics, whatever. I could go through and do things like that and really not suffer the consequences. And now I'm 34 years old, and that is really catching up with me fast. I'm really having to make a very concerted effort to watch what I take in and try to be really careful and try to be more active, um, because I can't just eat a cheeseburger and have it not affect me anymore. Um, so anyway, I digress. I'm not even sure how I got into this, but I do think it is important to be active. Oh, that's just because I was talking about the racing. I think it's important to be healthy. I think it's important to remind ourselves and each other that while we're all beautiful and we're all wonderful the way we are, um, we have a responsibility to be healthy, and we have a responsibility to watch what we eat, watch the amounts that we eat, and be more active because, if you want to look at one of the things that's causing uh, huge increases in our healthcare costs, um, I mean, that's right there at the very top of the list is obesity. I mean, it just causes so many problems and becomes such a huge burden, not just on the person who's dealing with it, um, but on society as a whole. Uh, and so, anyway, um, kudos to those that are really making an effort. And I'm not just talking about the people who are who are all skinny. Every time I see somebody out walking, every time I see somebody on a bike, I don't care if they're 150 pounds or 350 pounds. I think it's fantastic that they're out there trying to be healthy. So, um, one other thing to keep put on your calendars: this Saturday is Free Fishing Day. So June 7th, Free Fishing Day. You don't have to have a license. Get out there. Uh, go to the lake, go to a river, go wherever you want to go. Get your kids out. Excuse me. Get your kids out, take them fishing. There are very few experiences in my life as a child that I hold more dear than the times I got to go fishing with my dad. Uh, Having my dad take me fishing was the greatest. Um, I was lucky enough to have two dads, and one of my dads was a fly fisher, and the other one was a bait fisher, and so I got to experience all kinds of different forms of fishing, and really grew to love all kinds, and that's something that I definitely want to continue to try to pass on to my children. And yeah, the quality of the time that that you get when you take your kids fishing. There's just I don't think that there's very many things that you could do that have a bigger impact on them. Whether you catch a fish or not, obviously catching fish is fun, but the time that you get to spend with your kids, it leaves a lifelong impression on them. So get out there. If you don't if you don't know what to do, you're not quite sure how to go about it. Um, don't be afraid. Get on Facebook. Ask around. We've got the Four Seasons Fly Fishers that can help you learn how to fly fish. There's lots of opportunities out there to help you. And frankly, I mean, ultimately, all you really need is a fishing pole with a hook at the end and a worm and a little bit of weight to get it out there and just see what happens. I I still have no idea what I'm doing bait fishing. I try my best, and sometimes I can catch stuff, but um, I need to find somebody here in the valley that knows how to do that, and we'll get them on the radio, and maybe we can have the guys from Strawberry come down and teach us some things there. But yeah, get out there and take advantage of that. If you don't typically buy a fishing license, make sure you take advantage of Saturday and really get out there and enjoy that. One other thing that's going on on June 12th, Pause for Life is sponsoring a Bash the Gas event. And if you don't know by now, the Heber Animal Shelter is a no-kill animal shelter. They absolutely do not euthanize pets that are brought in. And so to commemorate and celebrate that, they are offering an opportunity to destroy by hand the gas chamber that they had there in the past. So that should be fun. Go work out some of your anger and go get a nice little workout beating up a gas chamber. Okay, so we've got a few minutes before Stacey joins us. I just want to kind of update people a little bit on what's going on with Obamacare. That is my profession. It is my expertise. And there are some important things to be aware of. One of the really big and critical things right now, because of, I guess, lack of information or it being poorly explained to the general public, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the government organization that oversees the implementation, I guess, just sort of the management of Obamacare, and I guess Health and Human Services, anyway, whichever government agency, announced that for the month of June, if you are still on COBRA, if you have a COBRA plan and you are paying through the nose for that COBRA insurance, COBRA is the law that was enacted that basically allowed you to stay on your company's health insurance after you left that job for a period of time. I believe it's up to 18 months. It allows you to stay on that plan, but you're paying not only your share, which you were already paying, but you're also paying the company's share. And that's when people find out how expensive health insurance really is, because their insurance has been being subsidized by companies, and now, of course, you're paying exorbitant prices. If you know someone who is still on COBRA, they are allowing for a special enrollment period that is specific to people who are on COBRA, where you will be allowed to drop that COBRA coverage through June and get on to another health insurance plan that, depending on your income and your family size and some various factors, you may be able to qualify for the advanced premium tax credit, which would significantly reduce your overall health insurance premium. There's still so much misinformation or misunderstanding or just general mistakes that things that people don't quite understand about Obamacare and what it is and what it means, and I'll continue to try to talk more in depth about this as time goes on. But one of the most glaring things, and I hear this almost daily, is people ask me, well, what Obamacare plans are available, and if I don't want to buy an Obamacare plan, what else do you have available? What other companies can I buy from if I don't want to get Obamacare? Do you only sell Obamacare plans, or do you sell other insurance as well? And the real misconception there is that there is some kind of government run health plan that is available. The reality of it is that health insurance, all health insurance, if there is health insurance, it is covered under this law. Everything adheres to this new law. The Affordable Care Act, the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, is all encompassing. So every kind of health insurance everywhere is now basically at the mercy of the law. So there is no government plan. There's no public option. They tried to get a public option, and it was struck down, even in a supermajority Democratic legislature and White House. But the public option was struck down. So your only options are the privately held health insurance companies, and they all adhere to the same rules enforced on them by the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. So anyone who has health insurance anywhere right now has Obamacare. So there's no way to get around that other than, if you don't want health insurance at all, or if you don't feel like you can afford it. That's really the only way to avoid having Obamacare is to do that. So, but here in Utah, we have a few options. It's not as bad as it's been in the past. We have some options available to us, but they are still somewhat limited. Obviously, we have Select Health, which is the flagship health insurance company attached to IHC. So they're the same company, but they're not. Anyway, Select Health is the major player here in Utah. They are a not-for-profit company. There's a lot of controversy surrounding that, but technically they do not make a profit. Altius is owned by a company called Coventry. They are available here in Utah. Humana is another company that's available. Regents, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Utah is available here, and then for the new exchanges, the marketplace, or whatever you want to call it now, the government-run system, there are two new companies that are offering insurance. One is called Arches, and that is also a non-profit organization, but it is funded by a grant from Obamacare. So it's funded by the federal government, but they have some cool ideas, and they're trying to improve. They're trying to improve the health insurance situation in the state and in the country eventually. Hopefully, I mean they're trying to do some good things there. So, just fair warning, in our area here in Heber Valley, they're not very competitively priced. And you'll find that throughout the state. You go to different areas of the state, and different companies will be significantly less expensive or more expensive depending on where you are. Arches is incredibly competitive price-wise in very rural areas. You go out to the basin and things like that, and Arches becomes a much bigger player. And then the other company is called Bridgespan, and they are actually a subsidiary, again, separate company, but not really, from Regents Blue Cross. Regents does not have a presence, or at least they did not have a presence for 2014 on the exchange. They created this new company called Bridgespan, and that is their presence on the exchange, and their network is mostly the same, but it's taking some time to get all the doctors and hospitals to understand what Bridgespan is, because they've never heard of it before, and So that's become a little bit of a mess. But anyway, those are your options here in Utah. Technically, there's also Molina, but Molina is they're a very niche company that primarily just caters to people who are kind of going off and on Medicaid, and that's kind of where Molina fits in. So they're not really. I don't even think they're available here in the Heber Valley either. And so those are your options. There's no public option. It's just the privately held companies, and they're just all subject to the Affordable Care Act rules and regulations and limitations. One big piece of news that just came out, and then I'll bring Stacey in. Go ahead and come in here, Stacey, so we can get you going. But one other big thing that just came out from the White House or CMS or whoever's making these decisions now. They announced that they had a rule for large businesses that everybody had to have health insurance for their employees. If you had over 50 full-time equivalent employees, then you had to offer them health insurance, and or pay a fine. And the fine was like $3,000 a year per employee. Well, a lot of major corporations decided, well, it's a lot less expensive for us if we just pay the fine, so we'll just pay the fine. That's okay with us. We don't worry about it. It's $3,000. That's a lot less expensive than the potentially 15 to even sometimes $20,000 a year that it would cost us to have health insurance for our employees, per employee. So now they just announced last week that they are no longer allowing those companies. Well, technically they're still allowed to drop their health plan, but the new rule is it's not $3,000 a year of a penalty. It is $36,000 a year. So $100 per day per employee would be what their penalty is to not have a health plan. So we're going to continue to see changes like this ongoing for years and years and years. They'll make adjustments, they'll make modifications to try to make it more practical and more feasible and more cost effective and everything else. But that's one of the major changes that they've made, is they're no longer allowing large corporations to dump their health plan. A few corporations have already done that, so I don't know. I guess they're going to have to go back and start a new one up again. Anyway, so we'll keep you up to date on what's going on there. But now I'd like to welcome Stacey, and now pull that microphone over to you. Make sure it's turned on. There's a little switch there.
There we go.
All righty. Thank you so much, Stacey, for joining us. I let all my listeners know that you are the local shopping guru and couponing master, and you're going to help us learn how we can save money when we go grocery shopping. So thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about your company and what you do professionally.
Well, name of my company is Stacey's Grocery Services. You can find our website, www.staceysgroceryservices.com. And we're a grocery delivery service. We do Summit and Wasatch County, and we will get these lists and we'll stock up their homes. But what we do is we specialize in kosher, organic, and gluten-free, and we also coupon for our clients. So if you're out of towner and you want, in your second home or condo, you want your groceries in your kitchen, we'll definitely do that for you. And so you come in, all your stuff is there. So
yeah,
we try to save you money. So
the life of the one percenters. That's but it's a valuable service. I mean, when you have a lot of money, your life is pretty busy.
yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why most people with a lot of money have a lot of money because they work like 100 hours a week, and they don't have a whole lot of time to mess with stuff like that. So it's
Right. And with the summer coming with all the people in Park City and Midway, they actually would rather have groceries in their kitchen than go out and eat every single night.
absolutely.
And so for this, they're really saving money getting a grocery delivery service instead of spending hours on their vacation shopping and trying to get a cab, trying to find, the food that they need, if it's kosher, organic, gluten free, So I really try to get exactly what these people need and then find them the best deal possible. And we even work with local farmers so they can try local Utah products.
That's great.
Yeah.
I was talking earlier on the show about how unhealthy eating out has gotten, and
Oh, yeah.
and I know that's another big issue for them, is that they're looking for ways to if you cook a nice meal at home and you're using fresh vegetables and fresh fruits and things like that, you're going to be a lot healthier.
Yeah, we even coupon at Whole Foods.
Okay.
And like right now, I can get the little soy delicious yogurts for them, for my clients, for free
Oh, wow.
with stacking the in-store coupons and a manufacturer coupon. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah,
That's great. So, so now most of my listeners are probably not one percenters.
right.
So how can you help them find ways to save money? What are some things that we can do? Tell us your
Well,
process.
I guess I'm the person to ask. I am the president of Summit and Wasatch County Coupon, so they can go on our Facebook and I give you the cheat sheets for everything. So I like to post price matching for Walmart, and you can find any store in the county, that wherever county you live in, you can price match at Walmart. So I'll put up my favorite produce and dairy and meats like that. But there's a couple really easy ways to coupon. For instance, Smith's, if you go to their website and you have your rewards card, you can download your rewards card onto their website, and you can go to digital coupons and you just click on any coupon that's on there that you think that at some point you're going to be using. So when you get to the store and you're at checkout, they scan your card, those coupons automatically come off.
Okay.
And I call it dummy proofing for husbands.
Sure.
So, I mean, my husband a while ago came home and said, "Look, I saved 35% on our groceries. I use coupons." I go, "You use coupons?" He goes, "Yeah, I had them scan our card that you always download the coupons on."
Right, yeah. He didn't clip anything out, did he?
Right. But there's a really fun app you can get on your phone, and it's called Checkout 51.
Okay.
And after you get home, they on their app it says to look prior, but I don't want them to persuade me of what I'm going to buy.
Okay.
So when I get home, I take a picture of my receipt, and then I go through the list of what they have to offer. This week I got $3.50 back. So, and milk, produce, and bread. And so it goes into a little account for me. And as soon as I get to $20, anytime after $20, I can request them to send me a check for whatever amount. So they'll pay you to purchase things.
So,
like milk's 50 cents.
so essentially, they have manufacturers' coupons on file, and when you no.
So what they do is it's not a coupon.
Okay.
It's just because you purchased a product and you have the copy of your receipt, and they'll say, "Okay, now check off all the stuff that we have listed for this week."
Okay.
And they'll give you 25 cents for bananas, 25 cents for apples, 50 cents for milk, 50 cents for bread. These are all staples we use every single week.
Of course.
So, and it's like the easiest app. I bought Ibotta is another app, and they make you watch these little things for the products. So they're advertising.
Sure.
And I mean, I like it, but it's not as easy as Checkout 51 is. So I prefer Checkout 51, but it's a great backup plan for emergency fund.
Sure.
You don't have to take it out at any certain time.
Okay. So you can just accumulate that money that you made.
Use it for Christmas, whatever you need.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And theoretically, you could look at the list before you go.
Yeah.
And go and buy things based on what they have available.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that, and then they stack their coupons, and they'll actually double dip. So you can use Ibotta, and you can use Checkout 51.
Oh, okay.
And so, you know, technically you can get $1 off your milk because Ibotta offers 50 cents. Checkout 51 also offers milk 50 cents into a specific account for you for later on. So
Well, I can imagine that would start to add up pretty quickly.
It definitely does. It's a good little fallback for any emergencies you might have too. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
And you're not restricted. It's not like, it doesn't come in like a gift card that you have to spend it at a certain grocery store or something.
No, and you know, it's a check
Wow.
to you. But Ibotta, I think they do PayPal.
Okay.
So they'll send it to your PayPal account.
Sure.
So
Yeah, that's cool. I'm looking here on the Summit and Wasatch County Coupon Facebook page, and at the top they've got something about baby stuff at Costco. Looks like there's a bunch of deals going on there.
well, they're actually Costco offers their members free samples of things. And so you can just go onto their website, you put in your Costco card number, and then I do believe that one might be at the top right for free samples. And they'll send you a little package of like baby wipes and diapers and different baby products and stuff that people need. But I always find this a great donation to do for like Peace House and stuff like that, you know.
So it's on the Costco website then?
It sure is.
And what does it say?
It should say samples here on the top right. I'm not looking at it right now, but
I guess maybe you have to be logged in.
yeah, you do have to you have to log in to your Costco member number. So, but right now, I just went to Smith's. I got here a little early, so I was a little bored. And so I went to Smith's, and all their herbal essence products are on the mega event sale. And mega event sale is when you buy certain products on this sale, which there's hundreds and hundreds of products you can choose from. If you buy them in increments of 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, there's no limit.
Right.
And you'll get $5 off. So the herbal essence right now, I got them for 50 cents each. And I used a coupon that was in the Procter & Gamble that came for Mother's Day, which is very ironic because Procter & Gamble P&G coupons only come the very first week of the month.
Okay.
But on Mother's Day, they always throw you an extra one.
Okay.
So it was $3 off 2 products of herbal essence, and they on the mega event sale they're $1.99 each. So that means I only paid 50 cents.
Wow.
And usually these are $4 or $5 items. So I got like shampoos, conditioners, hairspray, mousse,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
For 50 cents each.
yeah, I have them right here. I spent $20. Got
Smith's is gonna be mad at me.
actually Smith's loves me.
Quit telling everybody.
They just changed their policy on coupons, actually. Kroger, the company itself, and it hasn't. It's been posted about 2 weeks ago, but I don't think a lot of people know that one thing that's kind of a hiccup because they always change coupon policies all the time.
Right.
You can only use 2 printed coupons per transaction. So if you go coupons.com and you print out coupons, you can only use 2
Really?
in one transaction. And then if you want a rain check now, they won't actually let you use coupons on a rain check.
Huh.
And there's this thing I like to call coupon karma.
Uh-huh.
And it's if you do the right thing and you follow the guidelines and you follow all the rules, and you don't try to weasel around it, you'll be able to coupon longer.
Okay.
And a lot of people, what they do now is they will get a rain check if something's out, and then they'll go online and they'll order individual cut out coupons for this, and they'll order like hundreds of them. And then they'll have all these products, and as soon as it comes in, then they go with their coupons and get all this stuff. And
Oh, okay.
it's getting to the point where these companies do have to imply different rules. And Walgreens just changed their coupon policy last week, and it's even making it harder for people to shop at Walgreens. So, be honest in what you do.
Yeah.
Stay with the limit.
So, like, at Smith's, they're only letting you use 2 coupons now?
Well, they haven't forced that here in Utah yet.
Oh, okay.
But Kroger, which they're owned by,
Right.
has pushed this into place. So different places like Fry's, that's out of state, and just Kroger's, and I think maybe ShopRite, they have already pushed this, that they're only going to let you use so many printed coupons. But every store manager gets to make this call.
Oh, okay.
Which is really cool, but a lot back east and stuff like that are pushing this right now.
Interesting. Steve's a great guy. I'm sure he's being cool about stuff. So
Yeah. I've never had a problem with Smiths. They're great. They love our business because we bring our clients' shopping lists to them. But we not once have had any problems, nor have we tried to push them over the limit. So
yeah, there's no question when people try to take too much advantage of a good thing,
Right.
then they ruin it for everybody else.
yeah, and so hence coupon karma. Don't wipe out the shelves. Don't buy 100 cat treats if you don't have a cat.
Right.
And it's people assume, like, I really don't like the term extreme couponing because that show has given it such a negative vibe. So I like the term coupon ninja. But our family, we had a goal last year, and our goal was to spend $1,000 on groceries minus our beef and minus our diapers, because obviously we are going to have to put money into that for our groceries. So $1,000, that's $83.33 a month.
Okay.
We were actually able to go about $200 lower than that, and we didn't buy unhealthy food. We were able to eat healthy and choose not to get, junk food and stuff like that, which lowered our grocery bill even more so. And so to be able to feed a family of 4 for under $1,000 for the whole year.
Wow.
Is just, completely remarkable.
Right.
And there's definitely a lot of tricks. Well, I guess tricks is probably a bad word, but there's a lot of skill. And one thing I recommend to people that are trying to save a buck here and there, don't be all over the place. Don't shop at 5 stores. Focus on one store, and then if you want to go to and try out another store in a couple months, try out another store, but don't be scatterbrained and try to learn everybody's coupon policies and everybody's sales. Just focus on the one store that you mainly go to, because you're going to get overwhelmed. If you buy 1,000 copies of newspaper, of inserts, and print everything off, you're not going to stay organized. You're going to burn yourself out. And there's really no need to spend 40 to 60 hours a week couponing. So
Yeah, that would definitely be in the extreme category.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people assume that's what you need to do to save a buck, and that's definitely not the case. Certain things go on certain sales, certain time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple things our family likes to do right now. We like to take and look at all our tools
Okay.
and see what we have, what's broken, what needs repair, what needs to be replaced. And right now is the time to buy tools. There's
Mm-hmm.
only 2 times a year you buy tools:
Mm-hmm.
Christmas and Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you can save over 60% on tools if you actually know how to do it.
Okay.
So
So
there's a thing.
teach us.
Absolutely. So there's a thing called manly price matching.
Okay.
I call it manly price matching.
All right.
And Lowe's price matches any competitor's weekly ads. So there will be maybe Home Depot has some really cool tool for $38.99 and Lowe's has it for $40. They'll price match that. If you show them, you can just look it up on your phone or bring in the ad and show a manager at Lowe's. And not only do they price match it, but they'll give you an extra 10% off
At Lowe's.
at Lowe's. And if you're military, you get another 10% off.
Wow.
So that's how we buy our charcoal every year.
Mm-hmm.
We buy our charcoal once a year, and we get it on Memorial Weekend.
Okay.
So we got you can get 40 pounds this year. I think it was like $8.98
Mm-hmm.
for 40 pounds of charcoal.
Mhm.
It's like buy 5 bags, let it last you for the whole year.
I have no idea how much charcoal costs.
Well,
Is
they're
that
usually
a good deal?
it's a very good deal because usually they're over $20
Well,
for 40
there
pounds.
you go. Yeah.
Smaller bags are more expensive.
Of course. Well,
So-
that's usually the case.
Yeah.
Sometimes stores get tricky and they charge you more for a larger thing because they know you've been trained to buy the larger thing, automatically thinking that it's the better deal. I've price matched some stuff before, and you look at the per ounce price and you're like, wait a minute, if I buy twice as much, it's 20% more. What the heck?
Yeah, and it's definitely, you got to know your prices. You got to know what you buy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know your price line. Like, there's certain things I haven't paid a penny for in years. And
What are those things?
shampoos, razors, shaving cream, toothbrushes, toothpaste, dish soap. I refuse to pay over $1.49 for any laundry soap.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
that's the 50 load.
Wow.
And I mean, we're talking Tide and
Mhm,
all
sure.
and stuff like that. Baby wipes, I won't pay over 49 cents for a 50 count pack.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they're $2.49 to $2.99 a pack.
And are these
So-
coupons that are coming to you in the mail, or
Well, there's so many different ways. Like Smith's are fabulous. They do have the manufacturer coupons on that digital coupon thing.
mm-hmm.
So you can download and use one of the manufacturers. So, I mean, and I've gotten free stuff because of their digital coupons.
Okay.
And then I can get off coupons.com and change the zip code to 77477 or 90210.
Okay.
And it'll give you the highest value coupons.
Ah.
It'll give you more coupons than just our zip code.
Okay.
And you can print it twice per computer. Now, here's what people get tricked up by printing off coupons.
Mm-hmm.
They print in color.
Okay.
Never, ever print in color. I mean, it's like some insane number. 1 gallon of ink is like $5,000 or something like that.
Sure.
So never print in color and really be cautious of what coupons you do print off.
Okay.
But
That's a good point.
yeah, and there was one year where I went 10 months without buying one paper. And I was still able to save a huge amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my friends for papers, family members for their inserts, whatever. And I was able to find Peelies I became kind of a coupon ninja for finding the coupons on the products.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to find them, like they'll have coupons right at the pharmacy at Smith's.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't know that. So they'll have manufacturer coupons.
Okay.
And Peely's hangers, they're the coupons that hang off the necks of sodas and stuff.
Sure.
And it won't even be for the soda. This is the crazy thing. Like, buy 2 pizzas, get $3 off. Any
Right.
2 frozen pizzas, or buy $5 in produce, get $1 off.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just go up there, grab the Coca-Cola hanger.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to purchase the Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just go to produce and get your $5 of produce for $4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they have little things where they call blinkies, where they pop out, and they're little electronic ones with the flashing lights.
Sure,
so
sure.
They blink,
Yeah,
so.
and they like you pull it off, and then a new one like comes
Yeah,
zipping out.
yeah. And you know, one thing with the coupon karma, don't pull out more than you need.
Sure.
And you know, I've
Because
noticed
they're limited.
Yeah, you know, and I've noticed that a lot of those will just be completely wiped out,
Mm-hmm.
and yet the product's still there.
Right.
And it's like, what are you doing with this coupon? Are you actually going to use it on the product, or did you just want it in your binder to look pretty?
Right.
So, I mean, there's all types that coupon, and you got to be smart to coupon, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
It sounds like it can get pretty complicated if you want it to be.
well, if you want it to be in you know, some people get a little gung-ho, but if you want to try couponing,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to put all the energy into it, and you just want like some simple little ideas and tips, you can go to my coupon group, Summit and Wasatch County Coupon, on Facebook.
Okay.
And I tell you the cheat sheets for Smith's,
Mm-hmm.
and the main cheat sheet will be out tomorrow.
Okay.
I tell you cheat sheets for Whole Foods.
Mm-hmm.
Every Wednesday morning, I post my favorite produce price match ups at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, you save so much money
Right.
that way. It's just, you get mad at yourself after you start saving so much money. Like, why didn't I do this before?
Oh, I felt the same way just when I started buying things on sale, you know.
Right.
I mean, I grew up just kind of buying whatever I wanted, and then it wasn't until I got married and had no money that
Yeah.
you started paying attention, and all of a sudden it was like, man, I probably spent thousands of dollars unnecessarily over the years.
Well, there's one more thing I really want to focus on is when you do buy something online,
Mm-hmm.
you need to do it in 3 steps. Okay, you need to Google the name of the product or the name of the store, online store
Mm-hmm.
that you're going to get, and then put coupon code
Okay.
right next to it. Then you go second step, buy it, use the coupon code
Mhm.
online. Third one is go back to Google,
Uh-huh.
go to the name of the product you just purchased,
Uh-huh.
put mail-in rebate.
Okay.
And it'll save you about 40 to 60%. Every time you do that, you know, you're
Yeah.
going to save more because there's all these little hints. Like you can save when you purchase anything that's big deal, like tires.
Right.
Go home, just Google the name of the tires and mail in rebate,
Yeah.
you know, because you will get money back, you know, not every time, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like the lottery. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's great information. Thank you so much for being on with us today, Stacey. I'm still trying to figure out how to get these free diapers from Costco, but I'll can't find where to click anything. But anyway, I'll have you show that to me after we're done. But thank you so much, Stacey Conklin with Stacey's Grocery Service. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. www.stacey's groceryservices.com.
Okay. Oh, Stacey's EYS. I gotcha.
Yeah,
I was
and
like, what?
Stacey's spelled like 50,000 different ways.
Uh-huh,
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate you taking some time and coming down from. You live in Oakley, correct?
Yes.
Yep. So thank you for coming down and spending some time with us this morning. And if you have any questions, you can probably get in touch with Stacey on Facebook and get some advice, and make sure you follow those cheat sheets and stuff like that. I think there are a lot of easier way. I mean, I think it makes it really easy to save some money without having to go to extremes to find these
Right.
discounts and things. So, thank you so much for being with us today on the show. It's a beautiful day out there, so get out, go run, bike, walk, do whatever you can to get a little bit of exercise in. Go spend some time with your kids. Enjoy this beautiful valley of ours. This has been Mornings with Mike. My name is Mike Hewlett, and we will see you next Monday. Rob Sorensen will be on the show, and he'll talk to us about